Hello, this is Heavy Thrash Head of Nasty Metal Productions channel at YouTube. It's time for episode 3 of The Revisiting! Okay, so what did I revisit today? Well, it's time that at least I kind of feel like we change up a bit. Mostly I show most metal and sometimes a few rock albums, but for the revisiting series, it's kind of change it up a notch. It's actually go to more, let's say, progressive rock this time. And I've been wanting to recheck this out for at least definitely and I finally got to it. From my dad's collection, I loved their first one very much. Had to. Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion. Definitely wanted to check this one out for at least or revisit it because of once I remember hearing it years ago, but it didn't seem to stick with me. Then when I moved in this house, like somewhere around 2009, 2010, I think it was 2009, I gave it a listen, but I just couldn't as much get into it still. For some reason, it just didn't want to click. Then, yeah, I got the cool going still. Then I decided, you know what, how about I just download it and see me, because I didn't have ways to rip the record. But I decided to do that, and it still couldn't. I still, it kind of was, but nope. So I then, few weeks ago, I decided to give it a bit of a listen again through my, the downloaded copy, and it was starting to click with me. I'm like, okay, this is actually good. So I decided to actually bring out the actual LP and listen to it from start to finish. I'm fucking geeking out over it. I'm really geeking out over this album. I can't believe it's such an underrated album in the Captain Beyond catalog. It's like the first one, I love the first one. I love the shit out of that one. But I haven't heard the second one, but from points I hear it's good, and some points I hear it's kind of shit. But this one, for some reason, seems to get rated pretty low for some reason, according to some guy on fucking AllMusic, which I try not to pay attention because the people right there are pretty much sheep. So I'm listening to this thing. I'm fucking loving this. This is, to me, it's not nearly as heavy as the first one, but it's still, to me, it reminds me more like some of the really early Journey albums, like Look Into the Future and Next. It's got that sort of thing going on, but still pretty good. You know, like you got songs such as Icarus, which is just fucking great. The whole progressions, everything, it's definitely such an underrated progressive rock song. Then you got others such as, the Breath of Fire Part 1 and Part 2, which first part just rocks. Second part definitely slows things down, but somehow just has a really, such a throat-slitting atmosphere to it. It's slow. It's kind of almost seems to be metal, but there's kind of like just such a dark and sort of presence to it for some reason. Then you got the really manic instrumental Oblivion, which just sees guitarist Rhino just rips on the fucking thing. Yeah, the late Rhino sadly passed away in 2012. Fucking rips on the song. And no, I'm not trying to worship the dead, but he just rips on the song. Well, to me, in a way, it's a kind of a fitting ending, and sure, there's like two little intros which kind of bring that sort of psychedelic sort of thing that the first album had, that sort of real, you know, weird type of thing going on, but it just serves as such a really good intro to one of the most, definitely one of the most fastest songs on there. It just seems to just go into crazy shit moments, in my opinion. But then you got some pretty cool rockers on here as well. You got Fantasy, which definitely rocks from start to finish. Then you got the pretty catchy rocker Do or Die, which starts off the album. A little commercial. Some of it tends to, even half this album seems to go kind of commercial, definitely with some songs such as If You Please and God damn it, I think I know. Let's refresh. Yeah, Midnight Memories. You know, those songs tend to be kind of, you know, a little commercial. Midnight Memories has a bit like a bluesy sort of thing going. But again, it's kind of fitting for the album because it just fits. It gives the album, again, its own little mind or something. It just gives it what it needs. And then you also got Sweet Dreams as well, which is definitely another pretty cool song as well. So you got a little different variety, and it just adds to the overall atmosphere of this record. Just the overall atmosphere just works. To me, this is indeed probably one of the most underrated Captain Beyond albums out there. Dawn Explosion, again, if you really are a fan of progressive rock and haven't heard it, and have probably heard maybe you might have heard bits of the first Captain Beyond. If you have heard that whole album and haven't heard this one, I'd say definitely give this a listen. I think this album kind of deserves at least a bit more love. And I would like to check the second one out, but at this point, I hopped over it to check this one out again, because, again, it's really clicked with me. I'm surprised how much I'm liking this. So, in other words, Dawn Explosion, in my opinion, one of the most underrated Captain Beyond albums, and in my opinion, what a way to kind of end off the catalog of the band. And I've heard there is something else that was released after, like an EP, but I don't know how good that one is. I'll definitely have to check it out, but good album. I like it. So, in the end, this is Heavy Thrashhead saying, I'm out.